What's happening, everybody? How are you tonight? It is May 1st, 5:30 in the evening here in Los Angeles, California. I always get these weird things that tell me whether my project is working or it's not working. Hey, everybody on Instagram. Wow, that is fast. Hey, if you're on Instagram and you want to watch the show also on Facebook, just go to Mike Marino Live on Facebook because we are Mike Marino Live on Facebook right now. And there is a good friend of mine, Victoria Redstall, who is in my web series, Make America Italian Again. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in tonight. Like I said a little bit earlier, it's 5:30 here in Los Angeles, California, 8:30, of course, on the East Coast, where the mass majority of my family is, and everybody else throughout the world is quarantined, like I am quarantined here in Los Angeles. So let's see if we can have some fun, make some friends, talk a little bit, tell you guys about my sponsors and who's having fun around the world, and so on and so forth. I'm so sorry for everybody that we're all under the same fucking bullshit that everybody is around the world. And let me tell you exactly what it is. Exactly what it is we're not under the same bullshit as everybody else. I don't know about you, but it's worse on my end. I did not qualify for unemployment. I've applied a few times and I'm hoping I'm still going to get that magical phone call that says, yes, an entertainer is entitled to unemployment benefits. What did I do? I went to go see my accountant. I says to my accountant, can you please help me? I would like to qualify for unemployment. She said, okay. We filled out the paperwork and I got denied. Then we did it again this past Tuesday, April 28th, when they said something new came around at entertainers could qualify. So we spent about an hour and a half filling out all these papers, and finally everything went through, 12 pages. They ask you a question. Now, imagine being an entertainer of any sort, anywhere in the industry, and they ask you, how many states do you work in, or do you work in other states, or do you work in Canada? Well, not only do I work in Canada, not only do I work in so many different states, but I work around the world. So you got to fill out all these pieces of paper, which eventually becomes very, very confusing and fucking frustrating because you just want to jump through the computer and say, could you just give me my money? If everybody else around the world is getting some unemployment benefits that maybe they deserve, what about people like entertainers, a singer, a dancer, a songwriter, a manager, an agent, a casting director, a producer? Why are we having so much of a hard time getting this? So I filled all that stuff out, and I'm hoping that's going to go through. And then I still have not gotten my stimulus package. My stimulus package, like everybody else who are all in the same fucking boat, we're all in the boat in the same storm. Well, it's $1,200, and I didn't get that yet either. And I'm really hoping that something like that will come to the house, because if I got that $1,200, I wouldn't have to sell clothes on the internet. No, I'm only kidding. I love selling clothes on the internet, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. This afternoon, I was asked to go to the world famous Laugh Factory in Hollywood, and at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, do a special event. They had everything cleaned, spick and span. There was Lysol spray everywhere. There was towel wipes everywhere. Hand sanitizer. There was only 4 people in the room. 4. One was working the camera and 3 comedians. The host of the show stayed on one side, 6 feet away. The entertainers on the other side, 6 feet away. And Craig he's been in a lot of movies. He's also one of the stars of The Office, played the piano, and it was a lot of fun. We entertained in a theater style arena with no people. It's very, very difficult. Very difficult. You can only assume where the laughs are. You can only hope that there's laughs somewhere. But you're entertaining people who are watching on the internet like this all around the world. So there could be millions of people watching. And the benefit is we actually get to go inside the club and feel the vibe and hopefully get some kind of joy at what we used to do 2 months ago or six weeks ago. So I went in there and I had a lot of fun. I'm glad I got to do it, and so far so good. I feel really really good about it. And when I went in there to entertain, just before I went on stage, one of my favorite celebrity entertainers called me. That's right, Dina Martin. Dina Martin is Dean Martin's daughter, and her husband John Griffith called me on the phone, and they asked me if I wanted to do a show with them next week on the internet, as I've done live for them many many times. And I was just so thrilled because, in a way, ladies and gentlemen, I'm getting a phone call from Hollywood royalty, and that's that. That is Hollywood royalty, while I'm sitting in the most famous comedy club in the world. And before I went on stage and before I went inside to the Laugh Factory, I was standing in the parking lot, and the owner, Jamie Masada, was there, and he was happy to see me, and he told me that these were all the bungalows, of course, where all the famous stars had stayed before they became famous. So it was really, really cool to see all that Hollywood legendary legacies. That's the way I see it. Hollywood legendary legacies. And I got to do some stand-up. So now if you go to the Laugh Factory website, www.thelaughfactory.com, you'll see there's many different clubs around the world. And if you want to see what we did this afternoon, you can. You could also watch it on their YouTube channel and their live streaming channel. Funny enough, for the first time, the gentleman on stage who was playing the piano and accompanying some of the other comedians to a song or two that they might have done, started to ask me if I sang. And I says, no, I don't sing. I've never sang a note. I don't even know the words to Happy Birthday. But they felt compelled to ask me to sing New York, New York. I said, I'm not from New York, I'm from New Jersey. They said, that's okay, sing New York, New York. And for the first time ever, I sang on television. Now, I don't know who's seeing this show, but I sang New York, New York. I sang the first verse, and I ended with, you, New York, New York. And it was huge. I had a lot of fun. I felt really, really great. Sing, not sang. Okay, I sang to sing the song. Somebody always have somebody has to say something. How about the fact that I fucking sang the song? All right, anyway. Go get me my stimulus package. But anyway, I did it, and it was a lot of fun, and I hope I get to do that again. And then I decided I would come home tonight and do an impromptu podcast live from my mother's basement. Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. I give anything to be in the state of New Jersey, in my mother's basement, hanging out with the family. And I don't mean now during this quarantine, COVID-19 bullshit. I mean back in the days about 3 months ago when we could all get together, go down into the basement and have some macaroni, have some meatballs, invite everybody on the block to come over and enjoy. So geez, please, let us go back to those good times. I don't know how you people are feeling, but this becomes eventually very, very depressing. I'm calling friends all over the globe saying, how are you feeling? I'm not happy. Uh-oh. Let's take a quick moment to do a shout out to a friend who's calling into the show right now. Of course, we see on Facebook all the time all the people who have passed, whether it's due to COVID-19 or whether it's due to old age or whether it's due to some unfortunate problem. But there's a friend of mine, his name is Nick Aquino, and he lost his mom, and she did pass from COVID-19. He's writing into the show right now. I've written to him many times to give him my condolences. Nick, I hope you're still watching. You're a great guy, and I thank you so much for always watching my show, coming to my live events, and I am really, really sorry that you lost your mom. Um, of course, we're supposed to be a talk show of doing something funny and some jolly stuff. But right now, I would recall the time when I lost my mom. I lost my mom during Superstorm Sandy. If anybody remembers, Superstorm Sandy hit the Jersey Shore and the tri-state area really, really bad. At that time, my mom was in the hospital. She had a heart attack and she was in ICU and she had a triple bypass. But my mother was ill. She was about 83 years old when this all happened. And she was going to chemotherapy for myelodysplasia. And my mom passed away after being in the coma for 30 days. And it's torture. It's just such torture because you're trying to talk to them, but you don't know if they can hear you. Thank God we can actually go to the hospital. When her platelets started to go into the area where it was better, I decided, all right, well, I got to see my mom. We talked a little bit. Let me fly back to Los Angeles. I come back to Los Angeles to try to do a few more shows, and you get that phone call that you're never going to forget for the rest of your life. Come home, son. Your mom's gone. It's horrible. But what are you going to do? That's life. And you get on a plane, you fly back to your home state as fast as you can, and you go do as much as you can. But it happened during Superstorm Sandy, so we couldn't bury my mom. We could not bury my mom. The roadways were blocked with all the trees. They had alternate odd even license plate gas pump thing. And my mom sat in the funeral home for 7 days in the coffin just waiting for us to have a funeral. Eventually we had the funeral and everything was okay. And we put my mom where my mom needed to go. But I can only imagine losing somebody now during this. And you can't go to the funeral. You can't visit them. You can't go near them. You can't touch them. It's horrible. And you have to live the rest of your life knowing that they died from a plague that came in from out of nowhere. So, Nick, I'm really, really sorry. And my thoughts and prayers are with you and your family. If there's anything that I could do in the future, I would do it in a snap. So, I'm sorry about your loss. And I'm sure everybody watching this show right now feels the same. And they wish you many, many condolences as well. And everybody who's writing into the show right now, I thank you. I miss you all very, very much. And I do hope to return to my home state of New Jersey and do a lot of shows to make people feel happy, even if it's just an hour. I love you too, Nick. Thank you very much. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I guess we are all in the same boat. We're all losing loved ones. We're all feeling like, what the hell is going to happen next? Where do we go from here? What can we do? Where's the light at the end of the tunnel? I mean, come on. Yeah, they'll open up a park or two. Yeah, they'll open up a place for you to go. But is it really what we want? I just want to go back to work. I'd give anything to be the way things used to be. But I will say this. Yeah, we want things to be the way they used to be, but how about a better way? There's a lot of people out there, let's be honest, that have too much. They make way too much money and they forget about the little people. They piss on the little people. In fact, they shit on the little people. Now, I don't really know a lot about politics. I know I like to kid around about me running for president, and I do have my ideas. But if I was president of the United States, it might be a great idea because I grew up poor. I know what it's like to be an average all-American guy. I know what it's like to be poor. So I would be able to say to the rich people, hold it, you idiots. These people are in line trying to get $30 worth of food when you're worth billions of dollars. It's not even a millionaire. It's a billionaire. You got so much fucking money, you can actually buy the planet. So buy the planet, give it to the people, and leave us alone. We know how to do what we know how to do. I know how to fill my refrigerator. I know how to do my job. I know how to clean my room. And I know how to wash my hands and fucking face. I know how. So if we can get back to where we were, let's say 3 months ago, or maybe the 80s, we can go back to the way the 80s were, we would have a lot of fun. A lot more joy. None of this, you ever call somebody and they text you back? What the fuck is that? I called you because I want to talk to you. I don't want you to text me back. I said in the thing, give me a call. I want to talk to you. Don't fucking text me. That drives me out of my mind. All these fucking people texting. This is not what I want. I want to hear your voice. Look at where we've come. I could do my own talk show on a laptop in my house, on a phone in my house, yet I still got people going, don't call me, text me. I'll call you, text me. I should come over to the house and punch you in the fucking head for not calling me when I told you to call me. There's a lot of people out there that do stupid shit, and you all know I know what I'm talking about. So, Nick, my condolences to you and your family. And thank you, everybody, for wishing Nick some condolences as well. Man, oh man, that's a rough one. All right, so cheers. I'm having a Coors Light. Cheers, everybody. What have you been doing to pass the time as a comedian? A lot of mirror shows and macaroni. Isn't it funny when somebody writes in and says something like that after you just got done doing this whole big broadcast about something serious? Well, good for you, Vinny the Shoe. It's nice to see you. I hope you're doing okay. And John Bramnick, who is New Jersey's funniest lawyer, is writing into the show right now. And hopefully he'll run for governor of the state of New Jersey and he'll help us out. And that would be really, really wonderful. There's my producer, Chris DeBeck, writing into the show. And, of course, Victoria Redstall, and I appreciate that. John Bramnick is actually saying, have a slice of pizza. And quite honestly, why don't we do that right now? I'm actually having a slice of my favorite pepperoni pizza, which was sent to me by Regina's Pizza in Akron, Ohio. Regina's Pizza of Akron, Ohio. We were talking about this on the show the other day. This is one of my new sponsors, Regina's Pizza, Akron, Ohio. Now, if you're in the Akron, Ohio area, or even if you're not, check this out. They're doing BOGO, buy one, get one free. If you get in touch with Regina's Pizza and you buy a large pizza, he will give you the second one absolutely free. All you have to do is mention my name, Mike Marino. Regina's Pizza is 50 years old. They're celebrating the entire year their 50th anniversary of being in business. It started with the grandparents, went down to the parents, and now the sons took it over. And the sons, Robert and Steve Catalano, are doing some fantastic and amazing things, right? So last week when I did my first broadcast with my sponsor, Regina's Pizza, Laura Brunetti, who lives in New Jersey, decided, wow, what a great pizza place. And what did she do? She bought $80 worth of pizza, $80 worth of pizza pies, because we were talking about whether you call it pizza or pizza pie, from Regina's Pizza, and she had Regina's Pizza deliver it to a hospital of their choice to feed the nurses and the doctors on the front lines. Now, that is success. Did you hear that? I got a great sponsor, a pizza sponsor out of Akron, Ohio, a loving, caring person's watching my show. She orders $80 worth of pizza, says to the people at Regina's, now in Akron, Ohio, donate that pizza to people who work on the front line at your hospital of choice. So I can't say enough of that. Let's just do this one more time. Regina's Pizza of Akron, Ohio, ladies and gentlemen. 2160 East Avenue, Akron, Ohio. 330-753-7797. And you could also look them up on the internet. I can't even say it, I'm so excited. At reginaspizza.com, www.reginaspizza.com, also on facebook.com/reginaspizza, and pizza.regina on Instagram. They got an unbelievable menu. If you're in that area, or even if you're not, and you want to do something wonderful, like order a bunch of pizzas in Akron, Ohio, from Regina's Pizza and send it over to a hospital of your choice, or maybe you have a charitable organization that you'd like to send that pizza to, you can do that just by giving them a call. And don't forget, buy one large pizza, they will give you another pizza free. That's buy one, get one free. Tell them this is the Mike Marino special deal, and you can do that. We can make that happen. Right now, one of my favorite slices of pizza is pepperoni. I love a slice of pepperoni pizza. I can't bite it while I'm speaking, but I will have a sip of Coors Light. It's Friday night. It's just about 6 o'clock. Everything's all right. When I'm done with my broadcast, I'm going to smoke a little weed. I'm going to drink this beer, and I'm going to bed. I've had enough. This has been a rough day. One of the roughest things about the days today, I don't know about you people, but tell me if your experience is too. It's so depressing to not know what's going to happen. You know, you don't know what's going to happen. I don't have any work this month. I don't have any work next month, but I might have work the following month. What do you mean I might? I might. And if I don't, then what? Because I still didn't qualify for this unemployment or that stimulating package. I can't wait to get my stimulus shit. I got to get it. So here's what's going on here in Los Angeles. Now anybody can get a checkup. You can get tested. If you want to get tested, you want to find out if you have COVID-19, you just go up on the internet and tell them where you're going to be. You pull up in your car, you roll down the window, you stick out your tongue, they stick something in your tongue, and then you figure out in a day or two whether you got COVID-19. Now, what if you're one of the people who had it? And now you don't have it anymore. What does that mean? Does that mean you can go about your business? Does that mean you're immune? What does it mean? I really wish we could find that out. You know what I mean? A lot of people are turning to God. There's a bunch of people writing into the show right now, and I believe that too. I think, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go out on a limb here. God is pretty pissed off at the world. He's looking down on us and he's saying, hey, now wait a minute. You take me out of the schools? Well, I'll take the school away from you. How's that? You take me out of the churches? I'll close the churches down. You take me out of fun? You take me out of the ball game? You don't want to say certain things about me anymore? Well, I'll wipe that out too. So maybe we should put him back, and put him back in the best way. I may have antibodies. You may have antibodies to help others. Well, if I had antibodies to help others, I would say I'll do it. Yeah, come on, let's go. I've been on a diet for 2 days. I don't know if I'm supposed to be eating the pizza, but I've been on a diet for 2 days. I'm going to do all I can to drop 15 pounds. I'm going to drop 15 pounds. I'm going to work out like a maniac. I'm going to come up with a shitload of new jokes, and I'm going to blast the whole fucking world when I go out on tour. So make sure you people, please help me out. It doesn't cost any money. Just go to youtube.com/Mike Marino. youtube.com/Mike Marino and subscribe. You hit the red button that says subscribe. You subscribe to the YouTube channel. I get more followers and we keep on going. It's absolutely free. You can also get a newsletter from me. Comes out every Wednesday. And to do that, just go to MikeMarino.net. When you go to MikeMarino.net, you see all kinds of real fun stuff. You're going to see my cousin Michelle, my cousin Mooney, my Uncle Tommy, all the characters that I do. You get to rewatch these podcasts and stuff like that. So go there. And that would really help me out a lot. I appreciate that, folks. You can do it. And if anybody wants to sponsor a show, it's very simple. Instant message me. Don't write me here. Or direct message me, and I'll tell you exactly how to do that. Now, I have an advertising team. They get behind the show, and they take the advertisings and they blast it out. So it's not unknown. This is the way we do it. It's a lot of fun. My team, bsocialmediamanagement.com. At gmail.com. If you are looking to do some social media yourself, you have a company you'd like to promote, you can promote it on my show. You could also look to the woman who does my work. Her name is Tatiana Blueshell, and I talk about her on my show all the time. Because if it wasn't for the people who are behind the scenes making things like this happen, it really wouldn't happen. So you have Tatiana Blueshell, producer of Mike Marino Live from My Mother's Basement, producer of Make America Italian Again, with her husband who directs the show, Cody Boson. Great director, great people. And you could also get your social media just by going to besocialmediamanagement@gmail.com. Give her a call. She's fun. She's great. She's from Germany. besocialmediamanagement@gmail.com. So here were some questions that came upon some of the other shows that I was doing. Here in California, they're going to try to open up some beaches. But once they did that, they decide, let's not keep them open. This is crazy. Don't do it. So this weekend, the beaches are closed. I can only imagine what it would be like to close the beach in 1987, 1988, 1989, when me and my friends were hanging out in Belmar on the Jersey Shore, going topless, going crazy, going nuts, going to the bars, hanging out. But nobody had a cell phone. Nobody checked in. No such thing as Facebook. Guys were looking for girls. Girls were looking for guys. All we wanted to do was hook up and dance, bump into each other. Right? No phones, no fax machines, no check in with me. You didn't tell your parents where you were going. You didn't tell your friends where you're going. You were out for the night, having a fucking blast. I can only imagine if they tried to close the beaches in that era, there would be a riot because you didn't have the social media to stay in the house to do nothing and watch what could be nothing, or my show right here, live from my mother's basement. And how about the music? Does anybody out there miss the music of the 80s? There were songs that had a story. When you listen to a song, see, now I'm going to get out of control. There was a story behind the song. And for some reason or other, you thought that song had something to do with your life. You're like, holy shit, he fucking wrote that song for me. That's me. No, it's really everybody. It's like, oh, there was a romantic day and we were walking along the beach and we got our feet wet and we sang and the seagulls and the clams and like, no. He didn't write that song for you. He wrote it for everybody. Emilio DeFabio, how you doing? While I got a bunch of people writing into the show right now, I will make this announcement. Next Sunday, or this Sunday, May 3rd at 6 o'clock here in Los Angeles. Let's see, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 o'clock on the East Coast. On Facebook, I want everybody to go watch a TV pilot I did starring a lot of heavyweight entertainers. All right, Ciro DiPaggio is going to be in it. Ciro DiPaggio, Emilio DeFabio, of course, and Gary Pastore. I can't think of everybody that's in this movie. Joseph D'Onofrio, the guy who wrote the movie Green Book, is going to be in it. Villalonga, a bunch of other guys. I can't think of everybody's name off the top of my head, but it's going to be on Facebook this Sunday night at 6 o'clock. It's called Silent Partners, May 3rd. Yours truly has a co-starring role in this project. So, guys, Nick Villalonga. It's Nick Villalonga. And he wrote the movie Green Book. You guys got to check this out. It's going to be a badass time, and hopefully this will get on television, and this will be the TV series that's just going to be out of control. It's all about the mob out of Miami in the 1980s. So yeah, Tony Lip is in it. He wrote the movie Green Book. All right, let me retract all of this because I'm getting confused. Got too much shit going on. Nick Villalonga wrote the movie Green Book, which was about his dad, Tony Lip. Also, his brother Frank Villalonga is in the movie. But I know that on Sunday night, May 3rd at 6 o'clock on Facebook, folks, go to Silent Partners, check it out, and watch this project. I'd be really happy, and I'd love to know what everybody thinks, because you'll see me doing my acting and not my stand-up. And I think that would be really, really cool. And hopefully if it gets picked up, you'll get to see more and more of it. And if my show gets picked up, Make America Italian Again, you'll get to see great stuff like sponsorships in a movie from Regina's Pizza. Get in the game now, and you'll be in the game for a lifetime. I love when I get sponsors, especially regional sponsors, because I put them in everything that I do, and I love to do it. Anthony S. Fiore is a great filmmaker on the East Coast. I miss you, brother. I can't wait to get home to New Jersey and do another show with you. My next big concert's not going to be until August. It's a 500-seat theater in Long Beach Island, New Jersey. And if everything stays in force, I'll close the summer with one of the biggest comedy concerts that I hope to film at the Count Basie in Red Bank, New Jersey, the second week in September. So that would be really, really great. Here's some questions. If anybody wants to ask me a question, say, hey, Marino, let me know, and I'll give you an answer, which is also a little series on my website. Hey, Marino, ask you a question, and I'll give you the answer. Today, a bunch of people said, hey, Marino, what do you think about the fact that they won't open hair salons? Well, look at my hair. I haven't had this much hair in the back of my skull in a long, long time. So I think it's horrible that they can't open up a hair salon, but I understand it because when you're in a hair salon, the person is right there working with you, touching you, and you're touching each other. So I guess they have to wait a little bit longer. But what about a nail salon? What about all these nail salons where people can't touch your feet, can't touch your fingers? Well, in my opinion, why the hell would you touch somebody else's feet anyway? I would never touch nobody's feet. That's disgusting, right? They don't open up the car wash, or your car's going to look like shit for a really long time, unless you have a hose and a wash pail in your driveway. Of course, the mail is open, and I hope the post office man comes here today and gives me my 1,200 motherfucking bucks. I would appreciate that. Wouldn't that be nice to get my stipend? My stipend. That's the way I say it. There's your Jersey brother. I want my stipend. Right? And of course, construction still seems to keep on going. I don't know how. I don't know how we need this building being built across the street. But if that's what's going to happen, that's what's going to happen. And I'm all fine with that. I do miss the music of the 80s. One of my good friends is writing to the show right now. So I do want to do a nice throw out to Mark Meads out there in Toronto, Canada. Another guy who lost his mom during this epidemic. My condolences to you and your family. I miss everybody in Toronto, and I can't wait to get back out there someday soon. John Vincent, thank you for making fun of my ponytail. Grow the little tail. I might grow a ponytail. What the hell am I going to do? I'll be the new Jean-Claude Van Damme with a pizza body. You got to love pizza. I mean, how could you not eat it? I'm trying to be on a diet, but a good slice of pizza, especially from Regina's Pizza out there in Akron, Ohio, I mean, come on. It's just too delicious. I got a favorite place here in California. Of course, I talk about it all the time. Foggia Italian Deli and Market in Lakewood. This place is the bomb. They make great sandwiches. There's a lot of great food in there. And the people are so nice. They're so sweet. We got to make America Italian again. I think Italian people, and I might just be biased, but these people, you know what I mean? We're just so nice to each other. One of my best friends growing up in high school, back in the day, junior high, high school, Joe Bevilacqua, never came to see any one of my live shows, but he's finally writing into the show. I miss you. I love you. I probably haven't seen you in 20 years. Don't wait another 20 years, dude. You know what I mean? When I get back into New Jersey, I bought the house I grew up in right there in Scotch Plains. I'm in walking distance from the high school. In fact, if you remember, a lot of people used to walk from their house to high school, so nobody got on the bus. You took the walk. I remember when I said to my father, yeah, I want to take the bus. He kicked me right in the ass and said, walk to fucking school, you asshole. Now look at me, how nice I grew up. That's something that I want to put back in play. Like if I was president of the United States, I would say to people right now, look, you want to protest downtown that your civil rights are being distorted or whatever the word is, your civil rights are being whatever the fuck it is. So they protest, and the protester gets in the police officer's face. That police officer should say, hey, listen, I'm not going to arrest you, but could you give me your name and number? Because when you call 911 in the future and you want us to come, we ain't coming. We're changing the number for you. It's 91 fuck you. You're an asshole, we're going to be an asshole. You don't want to show me your driver's license when I pull you over? Not a problem. When you dial 911 that your boyfriend is beating the shit out of you, fuck you. you ain't getting a phone call. You disrespect us, we respect you right back. How's that feel? Right? I think that makes a lot of sense. Got to make America skinny again. I'm 15 pounds since quarantine. Well, hey, listen, you know what I mean? I'm over here promoting pizza. I'm a fat fuck. I'm trying to have this diet. You know what kind of diet I'm on? The food tastes like shit diet. You ever buy one of these diets and they tell you, you don't have to do nothing. Here's a 30-day supply of food. All you got to do is make it, okay? Now, they give you these little packets of shit. So I had my first packet of shit, and it was oatmeal for in the morning. It tastes like glue. I mean, it tastes like fucking glue. So I eat the glue. 10 minutes later, I'm starving for pancakes. But I didn't. I waited 2 hours, and I had the chocolate bar, a nutrition bar. I had the chocolate nutrition bar. It tasted like shit. And then I didn't eat nothing for another 2 hours. Then I had the soup. Okay? They should call it, are you this stupid that you would buy this shit? Because I did. And it was the worst soup I ever had. And then you have another bar, and then you're supposed to have a sensible dinner. Have a sensible dinner. A nice piece of chicken, a little bit of broccoli. By the time dinner came around, I'm fucking starving. I'm not going to have a piece of chicken and some broccoli. I'm going to eat an entire pizza. That's what I'm going to do. So it's just out of control. The Garden State Film Festival in Asbury Park, New Jersey is one of the most incredible film festivals I've ever been part of. I think I've been part of the film festival since its inception way back when, and I really don't even remember, maybe 2005, 2006. So Diane Raver, I thank you so much, who also became a producer on Mike Marino Live from the Paramount in Asbury Park, New Jersey, the second time I ever played there. The first time was 2006. I did 1,600 people for $25 a ticket in a theater that was condemned at a time where people told me I would never pull that off. Since then, every other summer, I go down there and I fill that theater. Hopefully, I will get to fill that theater again this summer, and if not this summer, hopefully another summer in the future. Listen, I got to get going, folks. For some reason or other, my battery's going dead. I want to thank everybody for watching the show tonight. Don't forget to go to Regina's Pizza. Go to MikeMarino.net. Pick yourself up some shirts. Pick yourself some sweatshirts. Remember, let's make America Italian again. You don't know nothing. You didn't see nothing. You don't say nothing. And how do I end every single one of my broadcasts? By always saying the same thing. Don't take no shit from nobody. Don't. Good night. Hey folks, I hope you're enjoying watching my podcast live from my mother's basement. We're having a lot of fun, and I'm going to have a lot of great guests on the show in the future. So if you like it, hit like. You could also leave a comment. You could subscribe to my YouTube channel and watch other funny videos. And you could also listen to my podcast on your favorite podcast app like Spotify and iTunes.